Brother, we gotta talk, man, honestly. I haven't posted on here in quite some time, but I thought I'd come on here to kind of explain some things that are going on within my life currently, you know? Like, I look around and I see that the world is, the world is changing slowly. To start off with, just around us, it's getting towards winter and the trees are starting to perish, change colours, turn orangey colours. What a lovely time of year, man. Honestly, it's beautiful. All the leaves are on the floor, oranges, browns. Such a nice time of year, but obviously the sun is setting a lot faster, setting by like 6 o'clock now, man. It's getting dark very fast, which is, you know, if you don't manage it, it can become kind of lonely and kind of feel like you're just kind of trapped away and not connected with people if you're not continuing to be social and get out there, you know. Also, I don't know, I see it's easy for feelings of loneliness and sadness and self-pity to kind of come in these kind of moments where, or seasons where it's getting darker faster, we're not really going out as much, and it's just easy to kind of distance yourself from your group of friends around you. So about a month ago, I was picked to go to the Brecon Beacon, part of Cambrian Patrol, which is basically this patrol with the army that we do over 48 hours. And what happens is we patrol over the Brecon Beacon, which is the mountaintop in Wales. It's the set of mountains over Wales. 14 different peaks, I think there is, or something like that. And it's pretty treacherous conditions, because in Wales, all it does is just rain all the time, just rain. It's just shit weather. But 8 of us went, and only 7 of us were selected for the team to actually go on the patrol. So I went on the training, did the full training, 1 week's worth of training, probably about 3 or 4 16k tabs with 40 kilograms on my back, pissing it down with rain. It was just fucking miserable. Prior to that, I knew that this was coming up, so I was like, fuck it, I'm locking in. Smashing out the cardio, the Stairmaster, training in the gym, feeling good, prepared for the event. And then training comes around, we do the week's worth of training, catching up with certain drills. I felt pretty comfortable. But then I find out towards the end of the selection week that I was the one person out of the 7 people that could make the team, and 8 of us went. I was the one man that got dropped from the team. So a bit of a kick in the teeth, to be fair, because I was looking forward to it. It would have been a great achievement for myself and for the boys around me, and you know, it would have been great to participate in this event. But finding out that I wasn't picked to the team, I thought, that's fine, that's perfectly fine. Obviously the person above me has a reason as to why he didn't pick me. Also, you know, I think that the boys went out and smashed it, even though I wasn't on the team. All the 7 other boys went out, brought back bronze medal, went out and smashed it. And it is not a disadvantage or any sort of discouragement to myself for not getting picked for the team. There's a reason as to why. Oh, that sounds dank. You hear that? Carrera 3 GTS, Porsche next to me. Sounds so sexy. So I will continue. So there was no kind of disadvantage to myself as to why I didn't get picked. I wasn't going to sit there in my self-pity and in my shame and my sadness for longer than a second, because I know that any energy spent feeling bad for myself, feeling pity, feeling bad, it's just wasted energy. So my point here is, like, you have to see an opportunity within everything. There's been countless times within my life where I've failed and I haven't succeeded, and I've been hit with the reality that I was not up to the standard, or I was just not good enough to kind of achieve the mission in hand, basically. For Cambrian, I didn't get picked for the team. I thought, well, you know, I'm not picked, but then there's somebody else in the team that has been selected other than me that is going to go out there and fucking smash it. And I believe that. And then they went home and brought back the bronze, which is great, because they were participating against other units across the UK and also nationally and globally. Like, American units came in and participated as well, and we brought back the bronze. And even though I was not there, I have no resentment whatsoever towards the team that did Cambrian Patrol. If anything, I'm more grateful that they went out and succeeded, and I'm proud of them for doing well, which in my opinion is a great kind of team player spirit that you need to have within this life, because there's going to be multiple scenarios and circumstances in this throughout your journey that you're going to be hit in the face, that failure is there, you know. And I went, probably like 10 years ago, I went and saw Ant Middleton at like a live talk. This was when he was first getting into his all like public speaking and building up his personal brand and brand image. And obviously now he's running for mayor, which is sick. But I went and saw him live, and he said something that stuck in my mind, which is and Ant Middleton, by the way, is like special forces. He's been in SF for a long time. Great soldier, and then has obviously gone out of the army and then has pursued his kind of career outside as like a writer and public speaker, and now running for mayor. So he is now, something that stuck with me and in my mind was, always flip a negative into a positive. Always flip a negative into a positive, no matter the scenario. I was going to get fired from my job about 3 months ago, and I thought, what is there that is good that would come from this? Rather than sitting there and thinking, and loathing in self-pity and shame and sadness for myself, I thought, and I had faith within myself and in God that something will come from this. And funny enough, somebody came and fought my corner. I didn't get fired and ended up keeping my job, and then meant that now I'm on a better relationship with my manager, because he understood me more going through this period, and then also gave me a bit of a kick up the arse and a reality check, like, shit, Ben, you actually need to kind of stop pissing about so much and actually focus on doing your bit. Because I look around and I see a lot of people, whether that's at work or university or just generally, I look around, I see a lot of people that are not enthusiastic, not committed to the things that they need to do, and overall just a lack of just like fucking thumos within them, just oomph, you know. You need to have that kind of courage within you to step forward and lead with your head high and lead in scenarios that you've never been in before. Whether that's at work and you look around and you see that other people are not performing to a certain standard, you say, fuck this, fuck that standard, I'm going up here and making my own standard for how I want to work. There's a lot of people that kind of are always, you know, just constantly distracted, not thinking about the bigger picture with the kind of scenario or situation that they're in. You have to always look and see, like, what are you gaining out of this? If something is not beneficial to your life and is holding you back, you have to drop that shit straight away. I spent so long thinking about stopping doing video games, stopping like porn and all these kind of vices that once held me back. But it was when I came to the decision finally and stopped procrastinating over the idea of quitting and mental masturbating over the idea of what it would be like if I stopped doing this, and rather just thought to myself, I'm done with it. Almost just drop it like a hat and just never look back, you know? You have to kind of set yourself up with this own internal standard for how you want to live. And even though in the times where, like I mentioned earlier, when it's like getting dark outside faster and there's more of a reason to feel bad about yourself and loathe in self-pity and shame, there's nothing that comes from this. You must create this kind of internal dialect within yourself that, one, self-motivates and helps you stay on the path that you're on, and two, keeps you focused on the mission in hand and keeps you in line with where you want to go. Now that might mean that you have to sit down and kind of uncover within yourself, without any noise or distraction or any kind of external opinion about what you want to do with your life. But if that's what it takes to understand yourself and then also start creating a reality that you don't feel so trapped anymore, because you're the one that is actually in control and in charge. You're starting to take charge within your life and put one foot in front of the other and start going in a direction that you believe is the right one for you. Because then when you start living in alignment with yourself and your own internal compass, you can start building on layers of difficulty. So it's like a video game. You can't jump to the top level of success, deemed success, whatever that is for you, by uncovering these all small little levels within yourself and understanding how you work, how you operate, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. For me, for instance, I'm still at university. I'm going to the gym pretty regularly at the minute and training hard and focusing my attention towards basically becoming the strongest I can physically and then mentally. Not looking towards how can I make the next buck, how can I make money, but how can I fulfill my own spirit and fuel my body and mind with things that are beneficial and good that will help me grow. You know, there's been periods over the last 3 years that I've just been chasing money, and I've been looking at how can I make money, how can I get to 10k a month, or, you know, achieve financial freedom. But it felt like an uphill battle. The entire time felt like an uphill battle, and I was like crawling up this hill, dragging by my fingertips to get myself to do the work that needed to be done. But I now believe that that's not how it should be. I now believe that work should be fun and should be playful and should bring you joy and fulfillment and should excite you to want to do it. You know, if you're doing stuff that does not bring you any sort of fulfillment or purpose or joy, then it's only gonna just dampen down your spirit and how you feel about yourself, and will make you just unmotivated. Like, God's will literally it will just fucking suck. Every day will just suck because you're not doing stuff that is in line with who you want to be. So, to kind of wrap this all up, I've just gone on a quick one, but you have to understand that failure is that there's no such thing as failure in this life. No such thing as failure. Everything that you do, every action that is in line with the person that you want to be, is a rep, like in the gym, towards the person that you're becoming. Everything that you do in like the silence of, you know, your bedroom, every kind of single action, just pretend that you're almost being watched at a point, because there is no such thing as as failure. Everything is an opportunity to learn from, and that mindset will just carry you so far. Because if you're constantly looking around and seeing the bad in things, then you're going to just see more bad things, if that makes sense. Because you're not looking for the good in everything. You look for the bad in people, you look for the bad in yourself, you look for the bad in everything. But if you're constantly trying to flip that negative into a positive and think, what is there to be gained from this? What opportunities can come from this bad scenario? There's always something. There's always something. If anything, the worse the scenario is, the better the upside is. Like, me not getting picked for Cambrian Patrol and the team, I thought, one, you know, all the boys are going to go out and smash it anyway, so, you know, no big deal. Someone else who's doing it is there in replacement for me, so good on them. Well done for them for not getting picked. And two, and three, sorry, I self-reflected. I thought, what is it that I could have done better in the field or in training that could have made me the top person that no doubt would have got picked for the team? What is it that I need to do or find or learn within myself or with that particular skill or area that I need to do to step up my game and become the best I can? So then going into this year, hopefully, fingers crossed, I've been putting in the work and will get picked next year, and also will step up even further, and it should hopefully slingshot me like a diving board up to a better position that I was in before. But and the same with my work. Like, when I thought I was going to get fired, I thought, there was a period where I thought, fuck this, it's everybody else's fault apart from my own. But then you're just playing the victim game and then not taking any accountability, you know, and that doesn't serve you. If you take full responsibility for everything and you're like, you know what, looking at it, this is what I'm doing wrong, this is what I'm doing wrong, and this else is what I'm doing wrong, that's areas for growth. You can see potential for opportunity for you to improve and grow, which you should always be constantly seeking. So, you know, no matter how shit it gets, no matter what situation you're in, you got to always find the positive, because there's no such thing as failure if you're constantly looking for the best in things and seeing what is there to gain from this. Because failure means it's over, you've stopped. But if you look at it and say, okay, there's a benefit to come from this, you've won. You're still winning at the end of the day, and you can't stop if you keep on winning. And if there's no such thing as failure, eventually it will mean that whatever kind of goal or idea of success you want to get to, you will gain eventually. Obviously, time has to elapse and work and effort has to be put in order to achieve that goal. But if you stick to the plan and learn, and rather seeing failures as failures, but if you look at it, then you're going to get feedback, how to improve better. It's game on. There's no way that you can be stopped if that's your mentality. So yeah, boys, I'll be back posting these videos again. I'm gonna get a camera sometime soon and hopefully start documenting my kind of fitness, bit of my lifestyle, bringing you guys on along with me. But yeah, man, I just had a serious kind of urge to get back on here. I was creating content last year, and there's something about it, man. There's something about it that I just fucking love, the idea that my message is helping you guys. And yeah, that's all I really want to do, really. Just help you guys get better, just become a fucking beast, really. Fucking hi Thumos. Live righteously. I'll see you boys in another video. Peace.